LSL TV. LSL TV. LSL TV.
Hello and welcome to LSL TV episode 3. We have a great show lined up for you guys tonight, looking back the week before ontology. This week's award goes to a forum legend, a user who does not frequent this forum often enough in our opinion, and that's George. George's thread this week was Stags in Ireland. This thread wins even though it wasn't the funniest, nor was it even controversial, but it brought everyone back to what this thread is really about. Lads looking for advice and getting informative and useful information that benefits everyone. So whether you're planning your trip to Galway, Killarney, Carrick or even Carlingford, you should have a look at this thread and get advice from experienced lads and our resident fountain of knowledge, Lex. Have a good trip, George. We look forward to your stories when you get back. Last week we got all the talking done. The gloves finally came off and the top two tipsters, Franklin and Sheriff, battled it out. Let's have a look at the tale of the tape.
Our tale of the tape for this, our main event of the evening, is brought to you by the only motorcycles worthy of being in the octagon, Harley Davidson.
As you can see, Franklin delivered yet again, winning comfortably at 4-5. This means that Franklin has placed one bet, won one bet, and has total earnings of €80. Well done, Franklin. But is it enough? Sheriff's weekend football bet lost, but earlier in the week he delivered a sucker punch to Franklin by tipping Carlos Way, a horse that romped home at 9-2, netting him a cool €450. Sheriff has placed two bets, won one, lost one, but he has total earnings of €350. The Sheriff takes round one. Franklin loses out to the sucker punch and better priced odds. Now, this week's tip. Can Franklin make a comeback and take round two? This week Franklin tips a double. A double for Liverpool to beat Bolton and Crumlin to beat Newgrange at, wait for it, even money. Will this be enough to claw back the deficit? And the Sheriff, he provides us with another big price but risky tip, and is not what we want. He tips Norwich to beat Chelsea this weekend at an astonishing 9-2. Well, there you have it, folks. Best of luck to both and anyone who places money following. As you are all aware, folks, this week Iggy set out about organising a Forum tipster competition. Iggy has agreed to let LSL TV cover the competition, and we should be keeping you up to date with all the league tables each week. With the winner of Iggy's competition facing off in a best of the best battle against either Franklin or Sheriff to see who is pound for pound the better tipster. Exciting times ahead, folks. Her name is Fiona Kerrigan. Fiona studied fashion in college at Sallynoggin and currently works in Oasis. Fiona hails from Leixlip. Do you know this girl? Look at the picture. If so, write in and let us know any juicy stories you have about Fiona. Posh prick. That's all relative. And now, this week's Fish of the Week. Sometimes the oldies are the best. And this week, our award goes to Snooker for his help thread. Snooker asked for help with his crossword, the clue being a postman's satchel. And Jimmy Conway took the bait and asked, well, how many letters are in that? To be reeled in with hundreds. But it didn't stop there. After everyone had laughed, Jimmy came back asking if he had already had any letters. Well done, Snooker. Sometimes it's the simplest ones that can be the most effective. This week's manager under pressure is Keith Foy of Kilmanagh. Keith recently led his team to a humiliating 10-0 loss against Killester. Keith has not won a game in his last 4 games, and the players are abandoning ship. And even one of the Forumer players and a regular Forum user is banging the club's secretary's missus. That's a club in turmoil, folks. And now moving on to the big event of 2012. It's the LSL Forum charity match. As you all know by now, this year's charity match is going to take place sometime in May or June. Exact dates have yet to be confirmed, but LSL TV has been covering all the news up until the event, and we will even have a live draw to decide the 2 teams. We are even trying to secure a special guest to conduct the draw. Thanks very much. This year's charity is Pieta House, a suicide and self-harm treatment service. It's a very, very worthy cause, folks, and we hope everyone's going to get involved. And this year's match is going to take place in the prestigious Shamrock Rovers Stadium. This is yet to be confirmed, but talks are believed to be underway. This match is for formatologists and run by formatologists, so only general section regulars will be allowed to play. Each player will be graded and seeded for the live draw on LSL TV. This is to ensure competitive teams for each management team. And now, we at LSL are about to announce the management teams. Team 1 is going to be managed by Harold Bishop, Panic and Skywalker, and the much-loved Prune. Team 2, on the other hand, will be managed by Lex, Stewie C, and Steve-O Sideways. And now, beginning from number 10 this week, Stewie C, this is your forum life. Stewie C joined the forum back in October 2006, and with over 15 posts, he has easily established himself as one of the forum's bug dogs and top contributors. Stewie C has been through a lot over the last few seasons. Some even call him the Brian Robinson of non-league management. He has gotten sacked from no less than 3 teams, including LSL Shamrock Rovers, Tynan Rovers, and most recently, Shieldton. None of this phases the stone cold Stewie C. He has had the luxury of giving up work at the tender age of just 17, as he had, in his own words, made his fortune. But the rumours around Tala are that his missus, fed up with him lounging around the house, watching countless DVDs, playing video games, and generally acting like a spotty student. This week has seen a turbulent week on the forum, with this gunner-eyed, overweight freak becoming mod of the general section. But forget about all the negativity, lads. We need to embrace this lovable bear and realise how he can improve our forum for the better. Stewie, just stop deleting posts with your name on it. Stewie C, there's one other thing. Several months ago, you posted a thread indicating your desire to leave this forum, mysteriously bumped in the last week by a random forum member. The time has now come for Stewie to decide. Many of the comments on the thread suggested that fellow forumers would be glad to see the back of Stewie. Fuck off, you baldy cunt being one very, very biting comment made. It was accurately pointed out to Stewie that if he, quote, wanted to be here, then post. If not, then just stop posting. Stewie's response to Reinhold was, you don't get me. What you think I'm saying, I'm not saying. What I'm actually saying, I'm not saying. Never mind his inane grammar. Is this the man we want as our mod? Stewie C, this has been your forum life. You truly are a bug dog. Keep up the good work. And that's all we have time for tonight, folks. Tune in next week for all your LSL Forum gossip. Good night.